There was a man who lived a quiet life in a small town. Each morning, he would rise just before dawn, brew a cup of coffee, and sit by the window where an old grandfather clock stood. The clock had belonged to his father and his father before him. Its ticking was constant, steady, and reassuring. But one morning, something strange happened. As he sipped his coffee, he noticed the clock had stopped. The hands were frozen at exactly 5:47 a.m. Yet the sun was still rising, birds still chirping. Life was moving forward, but the clock wasn't. He tapped it. Nothing. He rewound it. Still nothing. It was broken. But curiously, from that moment on, his days felt different. Slower, softer, more vivid. He began to pay attention. The way sunlight danced through the curtains. The way the steam spiraled from his cup. The way memories would drift into his awareness. Memories he hadn't recalled in years, but now felt strangely close. Not like recollections, but like events still happening somewhere, behind the veil. He would find himself lost in those moments. His first kiss, the day his child was born, the day he lost his wife, and he began to wonder, had time really passed? Or had he simply moved his attention elsewhere? Was time broken like the clock? Or was it only ever in his mind? We live under the illusion that time is this fixed, absolute force like gravity, that it's something outside of us, ticking forward in a straight, relentless line. But when you stop and really examine your experience of time, you realize something profound. Time isn't something you witness. Time is something you feel. There are days that pass in an instant and minutes that stretch like hours. There are moments from your childhood that feel more real than yesterday's lunch. And there are dreams of the future that haunt you more than the past. So if time were truly objective, how could it bend so easily beneath your emotions? Because time, as you experience it, isn't universal. It's personal, internal, elastic. It changes shape depending on your focus, your awareness, your vibration. It is not the ticking of the clock. It is the movement of your consciousness. Here's something most people don't realize. You are never truly in the moment. Not physically, at least. Your brain is always slightly behind reality. Everything you see, touch, or hear is processed with a delay. About 80 milliseconds. It means that by the time you become conscious of something, it's already happened. You are always chasing the present. You are never truly caught up. And yet, your consciousness exists in a space where time doesn't quite function the same way. When you close your eyes and recall a memory, your brain lights up in the same regions as when you were living it. It doesn't just remember, it recreates. Likewise, when you imagine a future goal or vision, your brain uses the same neural circuits it uses for the past. The only difference between memory and imagination is the direction you're facing. But both are happening now. Even in science, the idea of time as a fixed reality is being dismantled. Einstein proved in his theory of relativity that time moves differently depending on speed and gravity. Two people standing in different locations in the universe could experience time passing at completely different rates. In fact, if you stood near a black hole where gravity is immense, an hour could feel like a few minutes to you while years pass elsewhere, which means your now is not the same as someone else's. Now imagine this. If all events in the universe exist on a space-time map, like dots on a painting, then the past, present, and future all coexist, just on different coordinates. And if they coexist, that means the past hasn't vanished. The future isn't waiting. Everything is already there. You're just moving your awareness along a line you call time. But what if that line is an illusion? Have you ever thought about the version of yourself that made a different choice? What if you had taken that job, left that relationship, followed that dream? Do those versions of you exist somewhere? Or are they only ghosts of what could have been? Some spiritual philosophies say every decision you make creates a branch, an alternate timeline where another version of you lives out the consequences of that choice. And if that's true, then you're not a prisoner of one linear path. You are an infinite being, constantly shifting between versions of yourself based on your thoughts, your energy, your intention. This isn't just mysticism, it aligns with quantum theory, where particles don't settle into a definite state until observed. You are the observer. You are the chooser. You are the creator of time. Have you noticed how music can transport you? One song, and you're suddenly 17 again, driving with the windows down, the sun in your eyes, heart bursting with possibility. Your body may be here, but your soul is not. We do this every day. We relive wounds from the past. We rehearse anxieties about the future. We forget that time is not moving us, we are moving through it. And the fuel that propels us? Emotion. Emotion is the vehicle of time travel. Guilt pulls you backward. Fear pushes you forward. Gratitude anchors you in the now. So the question isn't, where are you in time? It's, what emotion are you using to navigate it? Eckhart Tolle calls it the power of now. The mystics call it eternity. Buddhists call it emptiness. Physics calls it the present wave function. Different words, same truth. There is only one moment. Everything you remember is being recalled now. Everything you fear is being projected now. Everything you desire is being imagined now. There is no past. There is no future. There is only the now. You may leave it with your thoughts, but you never leave it in truth. It is the stillness beneath the storm, the silence between the beats, the only real place where life ever happens. That man with the broken clock never fixed it. Instead, he left it exactly where it froze, as a reminder that life is not measured in hours or minutes, but in presence, that the most precious moments are not bound by time, but freed from it. He found joy in the slowness, peace in the now, and wonder in the idea that maybe, just maybe, time had never been moving at all. Only he had.